Hello from Ural of New England and Boxborough, Massachusetts. We have an exciting video to show you, and that is to do with our winches. We had a lot of interest in these products, and today we're showing you how we came up with the idea and what do you get in your winch kit from Ural of New England. So of course it started off with the fact that yes, Ural has two-wheel drive, you can go places and you can get stuck in these places. If you're by yourself, it's going to be very hard to pull that bike out. So we first were offering a ratcheting winch that came standard on a 2010 Ural limited edition Taiga, and that was a very successful little addition to your two-wheel drive Ural. And then we, from time to time, we tried different electric winches to put on a Ural, and there was an issue with the size, with the fit, and then we kept trying until we finally ran into this particular winch, which is made by Baldwin. And I'm going to show it to you in much finer detail. It's got your quick release, it's got the reverse and forward, so it's got all the features of a full winch. And what we end up doing is, okay, we sold a couple of them with the factory as they supply the factory harness. But first of all, it's not a direct fit harness, and some of our customers are pretty good with being able to trim the harness and fit it in, but still the electrical connectors that are supplied with the harness are your standard just crimp on electrical connectors, and as you know, they don't last. That's not something that's going to last a long time. So what we decided to do, it was actually a suggestion by one of our customers here at Ural of New England, what we decided to do is make a Ural direct fit electrical harness and also a mounting kit for the winch. So we took it to our technicians and asked them to come up with the solution. So this is the factory package that you get if you buy the winch out of the box. And it's basically the winch. You have this universal harness, which does not really fit Ural all that well. And of course you have a couple of bolts to mount the winch, and the winch is obviously not designed for the Ural. And you do have a wireless remote. And I do want to spend a minute on this because we're very excited to now offer this winch with the wireless remote. In the past, for a couple of years, we had the same exact winch, but the controller, the high amperage circuit, was controlled by an electric switch on your steering bar. So we had to also make the low amperage circuit harness and install it to feed this box. So now it's much simpler for us to make the kit, number one, and for you to install the kit, because all you need to do is buy our Ural direct fit harness and the kit, and we'll show you that in a moment. So you obviously get the same winch, okay, but in addition to that, you also get a specific harness. So this particular piece of harness, as you can see, this harness is going to be connected. This is a positive terminal. It's going to be connected to your positive terminal on the battery. And please take a look at the way we connect this. Not only it is professionally crimped on with industrial tool, but then it has a heat shrinking tube, and it's not a regular heat shrinking tube. This is the one that melts into the insulation of the wire and on top of the electrical terminal. So with this connection, this is, I shouldn't say forever, but it is for a very long time. No moisture is going to get into this joint. So this is going to last even in off-road or winter riding conditions. We do have also a circuit breaker, which is heat shrinking tube wrapped. And we also have insulation protection for the wiring harness, the same as Ural uses. As we go through the rest of the harness, we do have the negative connection, and we're going to have another section of this video which will talk about the installation, how to quickly install this harness. And then we have this connector. This is the same style connector that is used by Ural factory, right for the electrical harness when you disconnect the sidecar from the bike. So we do it the same way. Here are your high amperage circuits, and you have high amperage electrical terminals in a completely waterproof submergible connector. So this is one part of the harness that gets installed on the bike, and it comes with a kit. And then the other part of the harness we already connected to the control box, and this is the sidecar segment of the harness of the kit. So these two connectors actually going to be connected to this terminal, and the reason we did not install the connector itself, I'll tell you in a moment. So this is how it works. The reason we didn't do that, because as you install this harness on the bike, you're going to drill a small hole in the sidecar body, and you're actually going to feed each one of these wires one by one, and then catch it on the other side, and then you're going to slip them here and here. They're going to get locked automatically. You're going to push the seals in. These seals are going to get pushed in there, and then you're going to put this locking cap. Once it's done, it's going to be the same quality connector, and you'll be able to connect and disconnect as needed. On the other side, you have the same high amperage harness, and these wires are going to get pushed through the two little holes that you're going to make in the bottom of the nose of the sidecar, and this is something that's going to get connected to the positive and negative connector of the winch. And again, the reason we have the grommets, because you're going to slip those grommets into the holes that you're going to drill. And we also trimmed the electrical terminals on the sides just a little bit so that you don't have to drill large size hole. In the instruction sheet, we're going to give you diameter dimensions to use to drill the holes, and then these grommets are going to fit perfect. So you're going to get two-piece harness, one for the bike, one for the sidecar, already connected to the controller. Okay, we also thought how we're going to be connecting this winch to the bike, and we tried different things. We actually had a couple of variants of various brackets until we came up with a very simple solution, and we're going to show it to you in our next video segment, winch installation. You're going to get in your kit this particular gasket, which is going to separate the winch from the painted surface of the sidecar tub. With this gasket, you're going to avoid cracking the paint on the surface, allowing it to rust, metal to rust in the future. So please use this gasket. Ready. And then one hole, as I said, is going to line up with the bumper mounting bracket, and on the inside there's going to be a natural reinforcement plate used by the factory in the sidecar. The other hole is going to be just in the sheet metal of the sidecar body, which is very heavy gauge, as Ural uses very heavy, strong gauge metal. But on the inside, we tried, and it works very, very well. Again, you're going to use the rubber gasket, and you're going to use this heavy-duty washer that we also refinish in flat black, and that's going to go on the inside of the sidecar. So with these two mounting bolts, we try to pull the bike out, to pull it up the hill, out of the mud, out of the sand. It works out very, very well. Of course, you need to be reasonable and use common sense when using the winch, but it does work. This is the standard out of the box, what you get with the winch. This is what you get with our direct fit from Ural of New England. So we talked about the harness. You're also going to get industrial quality Velcro piece. It's not a big deal, but it's just something we supply to you. So this is to mount this box to the inside sheet metal of the sidecar tub. And of course you get the gasket, the heavy duty washer with mounting hardware. It's all stainless steel, and most importantly you get this harness which is direct fit with professional grade, industrial grade submergible waterproof connectors. We also offer an option. Again, this was a request from one of our customers, and then we did it for him and for a couple other people, is we can refinish this winch in black. So what we do, we carefully tape out all these components with masking tape, including this part, this lever, and we take the labels off and we sand it down, we clean it, and we refinish in flat black. It's an industrial quality finish, it lasts, and it makes the winch blend with the bumper and with some other black trim detail. Not something that everybody needs, but in case you're one of those people that really would like to have that detail, we have it available as an available option on our website. Thank you for viewing this video. We appreciate it. If you have any questions, give us a call, and please stay tuned for 2 more segments. We're going to have one segment on the winch installation and another one for winch operation. Thank you.